she has a car, and you know that we live in the ghetto now, on Freeland Street.
Well, listen, okay. Now, you said don't say your child's name. You gave your name, your address. You're about to give your phone number.
I didn't say the street I live on. I just said Tedeschi's.
Well, you don't want to say it's the ghetto because you don't want to offend people who live there. So,
That's across the
street.
Yeah.
All right, it's the ghetto. Okay, go ahead.
All right, you know.
Okay.
All right. So, anyways, I was driving to work, and I was driving to a meeting, and wait, hold on. Camille lost her hubcap.
Pie.
Yes, Pie lost her hubcap.
Okay.
And she's trying to blame it on one of the crackheads. You know, they're trying to make some money for their crack.
Okay.
Now, the thing is in my motheringhood, I have learned there are some things you just don't argue about because it's not worth the headache.
Okay.
Because I know my child is a driver just like her mother. She hugs when she parks.
Okay.
She messes up the hubcaps. They loosen up and it fell off. But I'm not going to argue with her because a crackhead stole it.
Right. Why would you?
All right. So while I was driving up to a meeting and everything, I'm driving up a hill, and you can tell this hubcap fell off the street, and someone placed it. I forgot if it was a telephone or a light pole, but laid it up there for someone to
pick it up. Yeah, right.
And I go, I bet you $1 million that's Pie's freaking hubcap.
Okay.
And everything. But I was running late for my meeting, and it wasn't worth stopping to pick it up. I'm like, know what? If it's there on the way home, I'll grab it.
Okay.
So on my way home, I grab it. And then I get home and I call Pie. I go, send me a picture of your hubcap.
Okay.
And this is what she sends me.
Can I see?
This is the hubcap.
Okay.
Right there.
We see.
All
okay.
Right. And she calls me why are you asking me? Right there, sweetie.
Ooh.
And she's asking me calls me and asking me why this, and I go, oh well, I was on the way to work, and I saw this hubcap, and something just told me it was your hubcap.
Okay.
She goes, well, Ma, these are the new hubcaps I bought. I go, you idiot, send me the new one. The old ones.
Right.
So this is the old one.
Okay. Was that the hubcap?
Okay. Will you wait? Patience, William.
Okay. Go ahead.
There it is, people.
That's the hubcap.
You see, sweetie? Well, I saw this, and I'm like, oh my God. So I get up, I run out to my car, and I take a picture of the hubcap then.
Okay.
And there's the hubcap. There it is.
Oh.
I was still doubting myself. Oops, wait.
Reunited.
It's one of those spinny things.
And since I'm not allowed to say my kid's response, it says, are you beeping kidding me?
Yep. Are you flipping kidding me? Yep.
But know what? Something told me that it was hers. And if it wasn't, well, that'd be a good joke.
Right. So what you're saying is that when you saw the hubcap, you felt yourself
I was drawn
to
it.
the hubcap.
I just had a feel. No, seriously, I had a feeling. I go, because I know I had a feeling Camille Pie took this route to go to her boyfriend's house. I'm screwing up on my kid's name.
Yeah, you are. It's all right. Go ahead.
I had a feeling this was a way that she went to her boyfriend's house, and I go, I know this girl. I know no crackhead stole her hubcap and everything. That's because I knew it deep down inside.
So did she get in trouble for going to the boyfriend's house?
No, she's 19.
Okay.
She sleeps there.
So, okay. Why? So why were you up? I don't know.
Why was I what?
Well, you were concerned that you made a comment that this is the way she would go to her boyfriend's house. So you drove that way to find it.
Well, because I wasn't that... No. It was along one of my routes, and her boyfriend moved. And I had a feel... Someone just told me that this is a route that she may use to go to his house.
Oh, okay.
That's where I'm getting at with it.
All right.
And that's where it made me drawn to it even more, because I'm like... I know she didn't. I knew a crackhead didn't steal her hubcap.
So.
What's with it?
Okay, honey, you have to go though. Thank you for the fan though. We had a little assistant here, a little assistant named Miss Kiana, who is helping us. So we thank you for that, Kiki. So. A hubcap. This is where we went. We went with the
But know
hubcap.
what? I follow my instincts. What my spirituality tells me.
Oh, so this is how you're connecting it to your beliefs.
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm just drawn to do things, and sometimes I'm. That probably didn't stop laughing at me. I can hit you on air.
Listen, okay.
We're filming for accountability, and what was the other one you told Joy in that video?
I have no idea what I said anything right now. I'm just trying to link the hubcap to a deity. That's what
But as I was driving up there, this hubcap just stood out to me. Like, I know that's my kid's hubcap. I didn't actually really think that I was going to be right.
So listen, right? So I'm teasing right now and joking, right, and laughing. But hey, if some guy would have came in here right now and sat down and said a bush that was on fire started talking to me and told me take off my shoes for this is holy ground, I probably would have laughed too. So you never know.
Weeds?
See now you talk. See, this is what happens. Now you're talking about weeds for something that's serious. So anyway,
for setting a bush on fire? People are going to jail for setting a weed on fire.
Okay, that has nothing to do with what we're
Well,
talking
you brought
about.
up a bush.
Yeah, the burning bush, the story of Moses. That's
Oh, I'm sorry. I told you you'd be more educated in the religion than me. I don't know the story. I'm sorry.
you don't know the story of Moses when he was actually born.
Wait, is that the one who's somebody wanted to cut him in half? They were fighting between two
No,
mothers.
no, that was a judge.
I went to Catholic school for 2 years. All
Okay.
right. They tried to ingrain the crap in my head, but it didn't necessarily work all that well.
All
but
right.
I do remember some stories. Have you ever seen the stoning of Sahara?
No,
Oh my God, highly recommend it.
the stoning of Sahara.
Yes,
Okay.
excellent movie.
All right, so we're gonna try to park right now and try to get into this because Turkey's military declares coup as soldiers are deployed across the country. Turkey's prime minister insisted that the government was still in control and called the coup illegal. So the military took over the country, basically.
Yeah, that's what's happening here too.
The military is taking over the country here.
Look at all the military equipment that police forces are getting.
Right.
It's no longer a police force; it's a military force.
Okay. Hey. The Turkish military declared late Friday that it had taken over the country, triggering confusion and terror across the nation. The military statement, read on TV, said armed forces have seized power, citing concerns about the rising autocratic rule and increased terrorism. The statement said martial law and a curfew would be imposed in the country.
You don't see martial law coming here. I personally think the Pokemon thing is just a way of a distraction of them working on bringing in martial law. It wouldn't shock me if it comes that way.
So the first time martial law did cross my mind was when the 5 police officers were tragically killed. That's when I thought about martial law. I said,
Think about it. The robot came in and killed the person.
yeah, that's
A lot of
crazy,
people
too.
are staying blind to that
Yes, because they're
and everything. But know what? It's out there. The mainstream media twists it a diversion where you know about it, but you're not. You actually think that it's something good.
like the robot, like for someone to tell me that a robot went in and killed him is insane to me because that means he still didn't get his day in court. He still didn't get his trial. Like they didn't try to bring. They just said, you know what, we ain't going to try to bring him down.
They brought their own judgment.
Yeah, we just going to blow him up, and people are like, okay, like they're happy about it. So I urge the Turkish people to convene at public squares and airports. He said to CNN, according to a translation of the statement from a presidential source, there is no power higher than the power of the people. Turkish police under Erdogan have routinely cracked down on protests. Most recently, a peaceful gay pride demonstration in Istanbul using water cannons, batons, and tear gas. So,
All right, tear gas. That's a chemical warfare. In America, are we supposed to use chemical warfare?
no.
But that is what tear gas is.
Have you ever
But we have accepted it to be something else
right?
and everything. But fact is, tear gas is chemical warfare.
All right. Have you ever had tear gas administered on you?
Oh, hell no.
Have you ever been?
Kennedy just went to Warped Tour and
Okay.
everything, which I had promised her forever that she could go. She's so into the music and all the bands and all that stuff. But know what? I forgot exactly where it is. The only way I would allow her to go is if she took a survival pack to survive tear gas.
Okay.
Is that bad parenting or is that smart parenting? It's sad that I had to teach my daughter that, but with everything that's gone on in the past week,
Okay.
in how high tension America is, if a riot or something broke out there, what's coming in? The police, and how are they going to gain control?
Right.
And that is a possibility that could have happened. Luckily, it didn't.
Okay. So, you kind of mentioned, I don't know if you mentioned this on air or off air, but I forget. So, but we're gonna go with it anyways. You mentioned to me that you are dating.
Yes and no.
Yes and no. Explain that, please.
Well, I can't swear on here.
Oh, yeah, you can't swear. Oh, you can't swear. Okay, I got it. Message received.
Let's just say it may be your version of dating. It's maybe my version of getting needs met.
Okay.
Depends on how you look at it.
All right, and wow.
I don't commit to any. I can't do commitment.
You know what? I have all these filters, right? Because I'll ask a question, and then I have, okay, wait, before I respond, it has to go through the Christian filter. Then it has to go to an adult filter. Then it has to go through all these filters before I give the answer.
You just made me think of something. With all the hoopla that's going on with every American knows that something's coming. They just kind of like don't know. The country is on edge. Now, if I was to think like them, I don't understand how they're so stupid not to think of this. My solution to a perfect America. Do you know how the 8-hour, 40-hour a week schedule came about?
How?
Ford.
Okay.
In Michigan, when they started building the plants and everything, so many families moved there being promised 8-hour days, 40 hours a week, and everything like that. And that's how pretty much the 40-hour a week adaptation of America was formed. Well, at least this is what I read. I'm not too sure how great the source is, but it came from a sourceful enough person.
Okay.
And everything. Why not cut down the work schedule to 4 6-hour shifts? And know what? How many jobs would that open for so many people who are unemployed?
Right.
And know what? Work and 8 hours today really isn't 8 hours anymore, because you put in traveling and everything. Then the stress, because all companies, they're all about trying to save a buck, and they cut down. So you're really doing one job that's probably meant for 2.5 people. So you get home and you still have your full-time job of parenting and everything. It takes away from the American family, the set of values and everything. It puts stress in it with parents. Well, you know, a lot of parents think that children should be seen and not heard. And that children shouldn't sass back in adults. I totally disagree with all that.
You disagree that children should? You think children should be able to sass back at their parents?
To a certain degree, yes. It's about how they go at it with. Like my my oldest one, a lot of times in school. Oh, here's a perfect one. Okay. She's very artistic. Yep. And everything like that. And her art teacher told her art was too dark. Artists have different things, so her art is a little bit dark. She ended up withdrawing from the art program and more focused on the music thing and everything, because some teacher told her art was dark. A real artist always has their own interpretation of art and everything. Right. And here this teacher is, who my daughter had. I'm going to bring up some of her.
Wait. Okay. But so while you're doing that, let's try to. We got to try to steer this a little bit so we can stay like.
You mean keep
straight
me focused?
Yeah. So someone said, "Can you live on a 24-hour work week?" Not the way it's set up now, right?
No, but if you do, like, let's say if you cut it down to 6 hours.
Yep.
And everything, how many more jobs would that open for other people?
So you're saying cut down the hours and raise the wage?
Well, how could I say? The wage back in the day, like with maybe our parents' generation raising our kids,
right?
Where it was pretty much one paycheck a week would be towards their living expenses, their rent and everything. A lot of times now, it's 2.5.
So
We
okay,
weeks of
right.
pay.
I know where you're going. My father.
I don't have all the answers. I just got
Right. No.
ideas.
Right. My father, when he works, when he used to work at Norton Company, which is now Saint Gobain, somehow, my mother would be working off and on, but my father always worked constantly, and somehow we were able to go to Disney World. We were able to afford to go to Hershey Park, Hershey, Pennsylvania. Like he made enough money working that one job to like he had a house to sustain us, support us, and feed us and everything. And we were able to do all those things. You can't do that with one job in
No,
society.
but
now.
also how much of your taxes were they also taken back then? Because back in 1913, Americans kept 100% of their taxes. I mean, their paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
We still had schools, we still had roads, we still had railways, and
Okay.
everything. But then the government came in and said, "I want some of that."
So the government basically became England.
Yeah, and didn't we break free from them?
Apparently we did.
Yeah.
We have to stop sending companies overseas, and we send companies overseas because wages are, slave laborers overseas.
Oh, I definitely see where you're going. Yeah, it's true.
Right.
But also you have to think of allies, because let me tell you this: how many times has America gone to people's rescue?
Countries.
Yes.
Ah.
Because let me tell you,
Okay.
the only people who don't see the world as it is America. And let me tell you, how many of these countries are going to come to our rescue when we're in martial law? When America becomes where was the Nazi camps? Germany. I forgot that huge one. I can't pronounce it.
Oh, I don't know the name of the camps personally.
Auschwitz.
I don't. You
Something
know
like
better
that.
than I have. So, wow. Texas says that these companies are being unfairly taxed, and that's why they go over to other countries.
Oh, most definitely. But then look at all your politicians and everything. Do they keep their money in their banks here? And have you ever seen? Oh,
Good
have
point.
you ever seen Cash for Kids? And this is a recent.
Sounds familiar.
This is a recent thing. It was down in Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
Two judges. You have to get into the prison complexes and all this. Where prison complexes, whether or not they're privately owned or state owned and everything, in these privately owned ones,
Mm-hmm.
they want to keep them full because that's also how they make their money from the state and everything. These two judges and everything. I know one of them's definitely doing time. I wish I could.
Texter wants to know whose rescue did we come to?
Who's
America, because earlier you mentioned that America went to rescue financially for other countries.
I know her too. Our kids went to school together, but know what? That's very true, and I actually agree with it because America's never been great
Okay, that's
and stuff. But sometimes I speak from what I believe into kind of like what society has.
But what
Accepted,
have we ever
so
bailed
to say.
out other countries? Because I know we're in a lot of debt to like
How
China
long
right now.
did it? Wait, we're
in a lot of debt to China. America's in a lot of. Why do you think they keep raising like the debt ceiling and all that other stuff?
to get more fucking money. To get more money from you. It's all about paper money.
That's it.
It's-
Okay, so a texter just texted and said hire you. So to hire you is part of the show.
I don't think you can afford me, honey.
Sorry, she says I cannot afford
But I
her.
will come as often as I'm invited or the Pokemon app leads me here again.
Okay. Okay. You go ahead. You talk about the other countries. America has always poured money into other countries. What other countries? I'll look it up. I'm going to look it up in a
America
second.
with the whole Nazi Germany thing denied it for so long.
Okay.
We could have gone and rescued them a heck of a lot earlier than we
You
did.
can say
This
hell
is
in the
good.
show. Hell is okay. All right. So
Which ones are and which ones aren't?
hell is
I
okay.
love it.
Hell is okay. The S word, the F word is
F
not
word.
good. A word is okay. Yeah, those words are not okay. A word is okay
You want me
periodically.
to say feces?
Feces is fine if you want to say feces. So because when we get ads, because we have an ad like Curry Management. Curry Management is on Lincoln Street. They don't necessarily want to be associated with
No, I get
people
what
who
I
say.
totally, and I apologize.
Oh no,
Curry.
that's okay.
I was born to a truck driver.
I believe you.
He's dead.
That's one.
He was
that's
actually a carpenter,
That's amazing.
just like your man Jesus.
Just
I
whenever
didn't swear, did I?
you didn't swear, but whenever you say something crazy, like he's dead, I'm just gonna hit that button.
My
Like,
father, he is dead.
oh, I know, but we don't say it like he's dead and he's a carpenter. Like,
You know what? My father in death has taught me more in death than my mother has in life. Death smiles at all of us way back.
Okay, see, this is why. See, the one time about how we go on so many subjects, so many different subjects. I have to Google now how many countries has America helped out financially. So that's what we're gonna do. How many countries? No, you can talk while I'm doing that. See that? See,
I'm
okay.
a little bit interested right now.
Yeah. Well, so all right.
But
so we're
this
gonna
is
look at how
also
many countries
mainstream media's
has
answers that we're going to be getting.
This is true. Look at an ant.
You,
It's better than uncle.
I want to talk
Countries
to you
have
about something
America.
after.
The black ants, carpenter ants.
No, the red ants. I'm not talking about ants. I want to talk
Oh.
about something else. After.
All right. So, how many countries has America
I
helped
like the fire
out
ants.
financially? Look at the ant. It keeps like. It's annoying. All right.
Protein. Eat it. You know
US
that's the strongest animal in the world?
The strongest an ant. Yes, I did hear that
All right.
before. I thought it was the beetle, like the dung beetle. I
No,
thought it
the ant can carry. I forgot how many, like 1,000 times its weight. I forgot. I read it once.
I'm never satisfied. I've never met anyone that works harder than me in my industry. That quote is from Beyonce Knowles. I don't know why that's here, but I'm looking for an answer to a question and I'm not getting it.
U.S. gives financial aid.
U.S.
to
gives
90
financial aid to 96% of all countries. This is
Yeah,
gonna,
but let's say screw our own first.
right. The United States foreign aid is given by the United States government to other governments. It can be divided into two broad categories: military aid and economic assistance. Other large sums are given to non-government agencies and individuals in other countries. Though America, foundations, churches, and organizations, millions of individuals in the United States remit sums to their own relatives abroad. That is not counted as foreign aid. So maybe the government might not rescue or give financially to, but if let's say the 5 o'clock shadow right now wants to give aid to Haiti, right? Because the churches have that I've been a part of giving financial aid to Haiti.
that,
You
like-
can file for tax. You can get taxes like reimbursed on taxes.
What's that Brit who goes to Haiti and everything? She was one of the victims of the earthquake. What was it? She's from Rutland.
I have no idea.
Oh, know what? Your friend Sarai would know.
Shout out to Sarai.
And stuff. No, because the parents are from Rutland, and in honor of their daughter's death, Brit, they built like orphanages over there and everything. I forgot the name of the organization. It would be great if someone typed it for me. Be Like Brit, is it?
Oh,
You know
yes.
what I'm
like
talking about. Yes.
They had a basketball tournament at Holy Cross earlier this year
Well,
for
the parents
my
have
son,
done
yeah.
like they've done great things for Haiti.
Right,
and everything.
right.
And I mean, all the props to them and everything, and they do a lot in remembrance of their daughter and stuff. And it's great, but know what? Why is it that it's great for people to go over to other countries and help them, and it's a humanitarian thing, but know what? We look at the sick and the homeless and the drug addicts in my neighborhood and everything, and know what? It's they're bums.
blind eye. Turn a blind eye to it.
It disgusts me. Like, all right, I was going to McDonald's the other day near my house, and I got a soda. I'm going through, and this, not that it really matters, this lady comes up to me, and she's like, "Man, can I talk to you? Can I talk to you for a minute?" And I'm in my car, and I'm like, "What is it?" And she's like, I just lost my job. I'm really hungry and everything. Can you just get me something to eat? Well, know what? Because you're asking me to get something to eat, that definitely stabs my heart, so to say, and everything versus money. I'm like, sorry, I'm as really almost as poor as you, but not as poor as you.
Right,
If that makes
right.
any sense. So I go, all right, well, what do you want? She goes, a Big Mac and a small fry. I go, well, what do you want for a drink? I'll get you the meal. She goes, a Sprite. So I go, all right, meet me near the door. I'm going to go around the drive-thru again. And so then I get the stuff and I give it to her, and I go, all what I ask is one day you pay it forward. And in her response of, you could really, how could I say, like, I almost felt like she's like, I got the food, I duped you, and everything, because
Yeah.
I later learned she is an addict and everything. But know what? An addict still shouldn't be denied food. And it made me feel good
Right.
getting her that meal and everything. But people look at these people like they're less than them, and that's disgusting.
America has an arrogance problem.
Big time.
And sometimes, like, I don't know. Pokemon Go player finds body floating in New Hampshire brook. There's all kinds of help shelters, ad care, welfare. The free help is all over. Homes, Instead, Senior Care, Worcester County, and Metro West. That is a good point. Like, we do send a lot of our efforts overseas to help people, but there are many, many different things that these people who are homeless. But the problem is they don't want to follow. They don't want to. There's certain rules that come along with it, like for addicts, that addicts don't want to follow.
All right. Now, I will sit there and talk to anybody, and it just doesn't bother me. There's a lot of stings that go on in my neighborhood, and they've made the paper recently. There was one not all that long ago in which it had a prostitute, which I'm not saying her name, which I happened to have run into in one of my court escapades, because the courthouse just loves me.
Okay. Yes, the court.
And everything.
That's right. You'd have a problem being on the show because you'd be up at the courthouse too much.
I was just there yesterday. That's another story. But this girl, like, she was 23 years old.
Yep.
And you could tell, how could I say, you can tell that she wasn't completely strung out, but the scars, she had the few scars on them, the picking thing and everything. And, she got into heroin by dating a heroin dealer.
Yep.
Who told her, no, you don't do it. And everything, you get addicted, but she still wanted to try because it's not going to happen to her.
Right.
And boom, right there she is, and everything. And just, this was also during a time where during one of the epidemics of a bad batch of being in the city with all the lives that it's been killing and everything. And I'm like, aren't you scared of that? They don't have that fear. They just, that need, that desire to get high again,
that's addiction
and stuff, and it's so sad. But we're arresting these people. That's not helping these people. It's a health issue. It's not a criminal issue. It does turn criminal when they're robbing the people and everything like that and stuff. And you have read about it, and luckily, the majority of the cases that I have read, the victim has been safe. And everything, but penalizing them to try to feed their addiction isn't getting to the core of the problem.
I agree.
Thank you. I'm never wrong, Will.
So there are people who disagree. Some people, you know what, they have. I think a lot of people don't have. They don't have sympathy for addicts because they do too much to try to help them, and it doesn't help them.
Oh, but go to Alcoholics Anonymous. You can never an alcoholic is never going to seek help until they're ready.
Right.
But know what? Whether they start that program once to 15, it all depends. Sometimes it works, and it's also about fighting your own demons.
Yes, it is.
And we all wear it in different ways.
Yes, there are a lot of people who have addiction problems.
And it's sad that they took to the needle to escape their demons.
What about, enablers? So I know someone who knows someone that might or might not be family members. They drink, right? And they have terrible drinking problems, and I can't deal with them when they drink, right? But someone approached me who knows the same people, said, you not only do you blame them, but you blame the person who provides them those things.
All right, I'm going to bring up the story of my cousin.
Okay.
May he rest in peace. He was 2 years younger than me. And
just by the way, it's 6:59. We got a couple more minutes. We can go over a little bit, but we don't have much time.
But needless to say, my aunt and my uncle, who were also my godparents, were both alcoholics. My uncle had been a recovering alcoholic for numerous years, over 20. And now he wasn't the blood relative, it was my aunt.
Okay.
My aunt was an alcoholic, and we used to talk all the time, but I can remember there were only certain conversations that were safe to talk to her about. Cher, Celine Dion, and cooking.
Cher, Celine Dion, and cooking. Got it.
If I went beyond those subjects, like, I had to filter myself. I don't like to filter myself. Well, I'm trying to filter my language, but that's different.
Okay. We appreciate that.
And everything. And, you know, my cousin, I'll never forget one time he was over our house and Pi was just younger, just a baby. And he said to my ex-husband, you want a beer? And he's like, oh, you know, we don't have any beer in the house. And he's like, well, which one do you want? He had 5 different beers down in his trunk.
Wow, okay.
All right, you're 21, Matt. And we ended up stopped talking because I told him he was an alcoholic. No, I'm not. I know what it's like with my father and my mother and everything. My cousin Matt just died in November, and it was horrible. My aunt never addressed her son's issue and everything because then she won't have had to address her own alcohol issue.
Okay.
And, you know, my uncle died, my godfather died on Pi's birthday, which was in May. His wife followed in October or November. And then the following year, my cousin Matt went.
Okay.
Now, my cousin Matt, like, his parents enabled him. He didn't work for over 10 years. They supported his alcohol and his smoking. I won't even get into the drug aspect of it because that's a whole other thing, but medications were stolen, which is a whole other thing. You know, I don't speak to many people in my family. I got wind that my cousin wasn't going to survive.
Okay.
He had gone to the store, came home. He couldn't even walk. Now, might I add, I'm 40, so I think Matt died at 37. He looked 9 months pregnant with ascites, the poison that fills your body. I'd have to get into all the medical things.
Yeah, no, we don't want to do that.
He already started with alopecia. From the time his parents' death, he literally drank himself to death.
Okay.
And it was sad. And
so do you blame any of the people who provided him with the alcohol?
You know what? I kicked myself in the ass because when I was in the hospital, the very last time that I saw my aunt alive, she asked me to call Matt. Just reach out to him. He just wants a friend. He doesn't even have friends and stuff like. He was
right, but
not a social.
Did you blame people who provided him with the alcohol, or did he always get the alcohol himself?
Well, they gave him they provided him with the money.
So do you hold them accountable?
Everybody's accountable for their own actions. You know the difference between right and wrong.
Okay.
And everything.
So you don't hold the family accountable for providing him with the money to buy the alcohol?
Who am I to judge?
Someone with common sense. If it's wrong, it's wrong.
But in whose eyes? I'm not the alcoholic. I don't know it from the alcoholic's eyes. I don't have that drive for the alcohol. You know?
No.
We're
talking
it's a
about
sad story.
So listen, if your daughter was an alcoholic and she was dying from alcohol, and I was the one buying the alcohol for her, she was sending me to that liquor store
Only
because
my foot is going up your butt and coming out your mouth.
Okay, that's all. So then you do blame them. We all have addictions. It may not be drugs, but we all need help in one way or another. That's fact.
Very true.
Very
fact.
True. Shout out to Rosa. I agree.
But the thing is they were feeding his supply. But
right.
You know what? How do you know if he wasn't getting the money from them, he wouldn't rob somebody?
Oh, then you know what? We cross that bridge. We cross that bridge when we get to it. We don't make it easier for them. The problem, and this is another thing we have to. We need to continue this tomorrow. But another thing that someone said is problem with addicts is they affect innocent people more than themselves. That is 100% true.
So does it mental health issues. Alcoholism is a mental health issue. It's a disease.
Oh, facts. Okay.
And everything. Putting them into a criminal system when it is a health system problem isn't helping the freaking problem.
You're right. It is a mental.
Am I wrong, Will? No,
Wait. No. Okay, so I remember other people had this argument: is an addiction an illegal disease? Is addiction a disease? I don't necessarily agree. Some days. Tomorrow I might agree because it's a fine line.
And
okay,
so it depends on the individual also and everything and the circumstances. Like one of my big things with like Camille, she's in college now. Yep. Camille has called me on Friday nights, 2:00 in the morning, dancing in a giraffe costume. Cocked off for mine. No,
Okay.
I'm happy for my daughter.
I gotta look
But-
up to see if cocked is okay.
Oh.
All right, cocked off of mine. No, I don't. I don't know.
Oh.
The jury's still out. Can you say cocked on the radio?
All right.
Cocked. Okay. COCK. I like to say
Or
cocked.
highly
Cocked.
intoxicated.
Highly intoxicated. Okay. Thank you. Okay.
But like the thing is, it's like, no what, Camille is my saint of a child. She didn't do nothing in high school. I'm like, I gave birth to a nerd. I gave birth to a nerd.
Right.
And everything. But know what? I don't mind her doing it now. Like a lot of kids that I look at that I went to school with that started drinking in high school, that's where alcoholism can become a problem. That it becomes a solution to bury their problems, and they're still not mentally mature enough to handle them in a more therapeutic way.
Right, but still, what you said completely shut down that argument. That okay, wait, no, okay. So see, this is the discussion we need to have. Is it? It's a very fine line from calling an addiction a disease, because most diseases you get from a natural source. So you get cancer. Yes, you can get it
Oh,
from
I'm going to
smoking.
die of cancer.
Thank you for that announcement.
My
But
father was 34, my sister was 29. I've already outlived myself.
for cancer.
Yeah, both
They
cancer.
both died from cancer.
Yeah. So why quit smoking? I mean, my chances are pretty much 98% sure I am going to die of cancer.
You said
Is it hereditary
my
or is it
father
from me smoking?
My father died from smoking. My
34,
sister died from smoking.
29.
29 and 34. So I'm going to smoke cigarettes. 'Cause I have a-
No. My destination is I'm going to die of cancer. Whether I smoke or not.
That's like saying
I just...
that's insane.
that's
That's
my
like saying I'm going to
ending.
die of old age, so I might as well die now.
No, I don't want to die now.
Okay.
I don't. I still have like another good 30, possibly 40 years to go.
Well, you know, as a black man, I probably got to let's say 39, 45. I probably got a good 15 years to go. You never know, man. Diabetes.
Oh, heart disease. Oh, yeah.
The police
yes.
department. Someone's going to get
the
me.
police department?
Something's going to get me.
They after me too, and I'm white.
All right, but listen. Some of the things that you want to know what white privilege is. Some of the things that you've
me
done
going
to
to the
police
judge,
officers.
me going to the judge's job.
Yeah, going to the judge's
Had
job.
I done that if I was black, you bet your sweet ass I wouldn't have been killed. But know what? Instead, I got the white slave, in the mental health. No, but that the last time I did need to be hospitalized. So.
Okay. All right.
I did. You saw me.
Yeah, I did. All right, so shout outs to Sarai who just joined. I appreciate it. And I appreciate all of you listeners who got onto massappealradio.com or on Facebook Live. But if you really want to help us out, Facebook Live is great and it's cool. We interact and everything, and I appreciate it. But if you go to www.massappealradio.com,
She's saying you see
that is what I love you too, Sarai. That is where we can bring it to people who might potentially want to invest in having ads on our show, like Curry Management, like ENC Auto Body. We appreciate all of your business and support. If you are a business owner and you want to have your business advertised, go to www.massappealradio.com and click on Contact Us, and you can find ways. Also, if you are good on the mic and you think I can have a better show than Mr. McNeil can, you'd be lying, but you can try. You go to massappealradio.com, click Contact Us, and you can see the requirements to have your very own show. What's up, Tatiana? That's about it. I'm going to end with a couple of ads and some songs, and I will see you guys Monday. Today is Friday. I will see you guys Monday on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock shadow. If you're not familiar, please get familiar. It's your boy Truth It. It is Monique Tara, and we'll holler at y'all Monday.